You're looking at molten lava spraying up in bright burning fountains, more than 90 metres. That is some 300 feet into the air. It's in the neighbourhood of Leilani Estates on Hawaii's Big Island, which has been under siege now from constant volcanic eruptions for days. It looks spectacular, but of course it's swallowing up homes and threatening to change the landscape forever. Experts say there's no sign the Kilauea volcano will stop erupting anytime soon. And right now there are 10 volcanic fissures in this residential area, releasing lava and dangerous concentrations of toxic gas. Authorities are allowing some residents who evacuated days ago to return to their homes to collect belongings they left behind. But the dangerous conditions are making it hard for people to get through, leaving some residents frustrated they just can't reach their homes.
People who belong in there or who need to patrol in there should be able to be in there. Not just we're all standing on the perimeter wondering and hearing conflicting stories, and it just makes people more upset and more anxious, and you know, we don't need that level of anxiety to be any higher.
And of course, on top of that, many people are terrified of losing their homes and having no insurance to protect them. CNN's Stephanie Elam has more on that.
For people who live in the areas affected by these fissures in Leilani Estates, many of them were able to get back in to retrieve anything they weren't able to evacuate with the first go round. But still, officials do not want them to stay there. They're saying these fissures continue to open, and they don't know when these fissures are going to stop opening. They don't know when the Kilauea eruption will finish. So they want people to get out of there, not just because of the lava that is bubbling up out of the earth and shooting up into the sky some 60 to 100 feet, based on what some residents have told us. They don't want people to stay there also because of the toxic gases. You're talking about sulfur dioxide that is also very dangerous. So that's why they've widened the perimeter around where these fissures are opening. I want to show you where I'm standing right now. This is a lava flow from 2014. And as you can see, it came down and cascaded around, threatening some buildings right here nearby. There's no way to stop a lava flow when it's coming down. Hot, molten lava. So you just have to let it go. And that is the danger here for the people who have built their homes in these communities. If lava comes in and takes the homes, like it has done to several homes at this point, they may never be able to go back to their neighborhoods. And for many of them, that is the most devastating news.
So let's get more on what residents can expect in the coming days. Our meteorologist Pedram Javaheri joins us now from the International Weather Centre. Of course, Pedram, when this is all over, and we don't know when that will be, these residents will return to a very different landscape, won't they?
Absolutely. Changed forever. Yeah, you know, it's not something you can go remove. When this lava hardens, it's really not something at all that you can be manipulated across this region. And of course, we know the history, the landscape, the geology of this region really plays a course through hundreds, if not thousands of years when it comes to the landscape developing as it has. And we know what to expect at least the next couple of weeks to a couple of months potentially. Earthquakes will continue. Additional fissures should be expected. The poisonous gas will be released. And every single time we have one of these new fissures, that's when officials expand that boundary, that area of threat zone where folks are removed away from this region. But of course, you've only got so much land to work with. And I want to break down the age of these islands, because once you go towards the northwestern periphery of the islands, the island of Kauai, in fact, is the oldest island across the chain of the 132 islands that make up the archipelago here. You work your way into Oahu, 3.4 million years, into Molokai, 1.9 million. Lanai comes in at 1.3 million. And notice Maui, and then eventually the Big Islands, the youngest islands in this chain. So we're watching geology across this region, history literally taking place. And we know, in fact, just a couple of years ago, the eruption that occurred there that we saw Stephanie Elam in her story talking about the lava in place, that actually added some 200 acres of land across that region in the last couple of years. Additional land formed from that eruption pushing out towards the coastal communities. So here's what we're looking at. The Eastern Rift, really the area of concern, 35-year period we've watched here and seen eruptions in 1983, saw another one in 1992 that consumed some 3 villages across this region. And then, of course, 2012 to 2014, we lost 200 structures, lava in places as much as 35 meters thick across this region. So again, not something that can be manipulated, and is a very dangerous situation from the lava perspective and also the poisonous gases in the atmosphere there, Rosemary.
Yeah, it most definitely is, and it's important for people to get out of that area if they are there right now. Thanks so much, Pedram. Let's chat again about this next hour. Appreciate it.
The volcano emergency on Hawaii's Big Island is far from over. The Kilauea volcano has been erupting since Thursday, sending lava into neighborhoods and toxic gas into the air. More cracks opened in the ground this weekend, and there are now at least 9 active fissures releasing lava. The island has also had more than 200 earthquakes in the past 24 hours. That follows Friday's magnitude 6.9 earthquake, the most powerful quake to hit Hawaii in more than 40 years. Carter Evans is there.
The volcanic trail cuts right through the community of Leilani Estates, sitting atop the eastern slope of Kilauea. For 4 days, the volcano has been spewing molten lava and ash. Large cracks or fissures spontaneously erupted in a line through the neighborhood, setting several homes on fire. We watched as smoke engulfed this house.
It's like a roaring, it's like a Goliath, or like a roaring jet engine.
Sam Knox lives about 100 yards away from one of the eruptions.
Did they ask you to evacuate?
There was a mandatory evacuation, but by law, I don't have to leave.
And why did you choose to stay?
Because this is where I live, right here. I had faith in the gods that my house is going to be okay.
2 more cracks broke open, bringing the total to 9, with fountains of lava exploding into the night sky just feet from homes on residential streets.
Just a few hours ago, this street was wide open, and now you could see it's covered in about 6 feet of lava. It cools pretty quickly. You could almost walk on it now, but if you look inside, you can see where it's still glowing red.
The lava spread quickly through lava tubes scientists describe as long tunnels underground. It erupts almost as if a hose has been sliced lengthwise.
The prognosis is for this to continue. We see no slowdown in activity. Our seismic and geodetic data coming from the region still indicate magma accumulating below the general area.
That means new eruptive fissures could open up, unleashing more lava and toxic gases into the community.
These eruptions have made streets impassable all over this community. You can see where it's blocked the road here, and this isn't the only one. It's one of the reasons they've shut this area down. The concern is that people might get trapped inside, and first responders won't be able to reach them. Elaine?
Carter, thank you.